Number 33, letter A. Calculate Earth's mass given the acceleration due to gravity at the North Pole of 9.830 meters per second squared, and the radius of Earth is 6,371 kilometers from center to pole. So here's my little picture. Here's the radius. Here's the acceleration. Remember, the acceleration due to gravity always points to the center, and therefore I can call it the centripetal acceleration. Okay, now, basically given some information, but it doesn't feel like a lot, right? Like we got to take somehow an acceleration and a radius and, somehow relate this thing to mass. So, what I would first start off with is by trying to figure out, well, what formula maybe involves centripetal acceleration in it. Okay, well, there's two, right? We have the F equals ma, and we have the a equals v squared over r. They might say, oh, well, wait a minute. Yeah, maybe let me use, this equation here, because I also know the radius, and that would, but then that's fine, but can it get you where you need to go? You got to think a couple of steps ahead here. Well, then you solve for the radius. Then you solve for the velocity. Where do you go from there? Well, then you're like, well, I go to here, and then I know the radius, so maybe I calculate angular velocity. Okay, and then where do you go? Well, then I go up here, and then I'm calculate up. Oh, wait a minute, yeah. I don't think we're going to go that way. So again, you just got to think ahead a little bit. It's tough to kind of teach this particular concept. It's a little creative, and it takes a little bit of, thinking ahead, but that's where the practice comes in, all right? And practice is the way to become better at something like this. So let's start with the F equals ma, and specifically the centripetal force is equal to the mass multiplied by the centripetal acceleration. Now, all I need to do is, in order to find this mass, I need to know two things, centripetal acceleration and the centripetal force, right? And hooray, we know AC, but boo, we don't know FC, okay? So not that that's a wrong formula to use, it just might mean, well, wait a minute, maybe there's something else I can substitute in here, right? So you might look elsewhere on the right-hand side over here and think to yourself, well, do I know any other formulas that involve FC? And you're looking for FC and you don't see it, so you're like, nope. But remember, FC is a centripetal force. It's a force that points towards the center, but it's still a force, okay? What does this F stand for? Right? Well, that force, right? That force is a force of attraction between two bodies, two masses. Now, essentially, force, whether we call it centripetal force or force in the X or force in the Y, they're still forces, okay? So, since this is related to gravity, right, and basically we're talking about the acceleration due to gravity, I can substitute this term in for F in my formula, okay? Because centripetal force here is really the force due to gravity, because they gave us the centripetal acceleration of gravity. Does that kind of make sense? So what I can do now is substitute it on in. So I got G times M, capital M, all over R squared equals MAC. So notice one of the masses will cancel now, right? The little m goes bye-bye. And we're left now with big M. So it's G times big M, which is generally the mass of the Earth, multiplied by R squared is equal to centripetal acceleration. Now what do we want to know here? We want to know big M, the mass of the Earth. So solve this equation for the mass of the Earth. Bring this denominator value into the numerator on the right-hand side, and then bring this numerator value on the left-hand side into the denominator on the right-hand side. Just a quick shortcut. So this is going to be AC times R squared all over G. And there's the formula, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we need to do. So now just plug it all in, because we know centripetal acceleration, we know the radius, and G is a constant. So centripetal acceleration was 9.830, right? R here is, well, they gave it to us in kilometers, so we got to have that in meters. So just multiply that value by 1,000, or move the decimal point 3 places to the right, or just add 3 zeros. All right, they're all the same in this problem. So 6,000, well, it's not 6,000 anymore, but it's 6,371, add 3 zeros. That's squared. All divided by 6.673 times 10 to the minus 11. That's the gravitational constant. You probably may have to memorize that. Not sure, it's mostly professor dependent, but you should be doing enough practice where you're memorizing that anyway. 6 points. So then it's 9.83 times 6,371,000 squared. And then divide that value by 6.673 times 10 to the minus 11. And what do we get? we get 5.979 times 10 to the 24th, right? That sounds good to me. That's the mass. Now the mass is in kilograms here. Okay, those are the units. And now let's take a look at letter B. So it says compare this with the accepted value of this. Well, looks actually identical, at least out to 4 significant figures. So, voila. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining. Appreciate it very much. Please remember to subscribe, and I look forward to helping you with the next question. Be well.